has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Hey guys, Mazel here again. I've finally finished another 3-player review. I've watched 3 demos of Subroza now, and they were pretty interesting. I'd say he was definitely above average in shit that's going on. The 3 demo review thing that I'm kind of doing really does give a pretty good idea of kind of what's normal to see in a demo, and that's really the reason why I started the channel, to show people, like, a really common argument of this whole cheating versus not cheating thing is some people think it's normal to line up people just randomly through walls and shit like that. It is really not that normal. Like, it's normal to do it for common peeking angles and stuff. Like if I'm playing Dust 2 and I'm a CT, I'll run out to long and peek the angle into longhouse and there's a T there or whatever. Like, that's common stuff to line people up with. It's really not that common to do random 180s and random fucking, like, putting your crosshair in the middle of the wall for no reason and then lining someone up. It's not common to peek an angle that is really easy to peek and have correct crosshair placement, and then for some reason this one time that you peeked it, you landed on a guy's head that's like in the wall and you missed your crosshair placement. So that really is the reason why I started the channel, just to show that the legit players that are out there, like I watched Get Right's demo, it was clean, JKS looked clean, Phelps looked clean, although he's had some clips in the past, but I mean the 2 demos that I did of him were pretty clean. I've had other players that were clean as well. Kenny S. There's a bunch of them anyways. But there really is a difference when you watch the clean guys that are playing without an aim key, of course. Like I'm always talking, when I say clean or not clean, I'm referring to aim keys, because honestly it's impossible to tell if someone's aimbotting or something. Like, I can install an aimbot today, go make a fucking frag video and post it on my YouTube channel. Nobody would know that I'm aimbotting. Like, it's honestly that good. It's really well hidden. You could stand on my computer, watch me play, you'd never know I was aimbotting. So anyways, when I talk about cheating, I'm talking about aim keys. Just because that's really the best thing that I can look for in these demos, and Subroza apparently fucking has one because he does use it a lot to find out where people are, and that really is it really is noticeable when you compare it to guys that are legit and playing correctly. So I think after watching 3 of his demos, if you were to compare them to Get Right or those other guys I mentioned, there really is a big difference. He's just always fucking got something in his demo that does not look right. So after the 3 demos, I feel pretty safe saying that Subroza definitely has cheated, or cheats sporadically maybe. You know, somebody would really have to do some mental fucking gymnastics to look at these clips and other clips and think that he's playing legit. Honestly, like, there's just zero explanation for some of the shit that he does, and he's pretty much the most blatant guy. You know, he's taken over for Flusha in 2016 here, and he's holding the crown for everybody. And I've said it before in some of my videos, like, if a guy like Subroza can do it, or can run around doing what he does, then it just makes other pros, you know, they're gonna see that shit and be like, wow, he's doing all that and not getting banned, what the fuck? So it just it breeds more of that attitude, and other pros will see that they can get away with a lot of shit without getting banned. I think there's a lot more pros cheating than just Subroza, and you know, if you're subtle about it, then you would never stand out, you know. As long as guys like Subroza are doing what they do, then a guy that just uses, maybe you just use an aim key once a game, you know, just for that one clutch, just to find out where the guy is when you have no idea. If you're doing that, like, you know, I could review demos of someone doing that 100 times. I may never think that they're cheating, you know. But Subroza makes it really easy. So he's not very subtle. He's got some hard locks. Like I said, some of these clips that I found are pretty good. Some good hard locks, and that just makes it really easy to determine. You know, like the shit in his clips, the chance of some of it happening is so fucking low that it would happen. Like, some people could play their whole careers and never have something like that happen. Yet Subroza has amassed a collection of them, and he's been playing pro for less than a year. So he's a young guy. He's 19 years old, so he may be around the scene for a long time. Who knows, right? He could be sticking around. Maybe one day he'll win a major if he can figure out how to get his cheats into them. So, well, I figure of the 3 demos that I did, his most legit one was probably the first one I did, actually, that I did on Dust 2. It's a bit of an oldie. Like, I didn't have the same production quality back then, but it was still a pretty good demo review. I thought I watched it. Like, I watched all the Subroza videos that I made before making this one. And that one was probably the cleanest, although there were still, like, you can't get through a fucking demo without seeing weird shit with this guy. I watched the Get Right one, I watched JKS, I watched other players, Phelps, like, they all had pretty normal demos. Phelps had a little weird stuff, but nothing like Subroza. Like, you cannot get through a single demo, at least of the 3 that I did, without seeing Subroza do fucking something weird. And he's kind of like the mini Stewie 2K in that he moves his mouse around a lot at times, but he doesn't hide it nearly as well. So, I don't know. The first one, there were still weird things. The second one was probably the worst video for him. He had a couple locks in it that didn't look very good. Like, I don't know. I'm sure he's toggling when to put his offset, when to set his offset. You know, like, it seems like some rounds he had his offset set like not at all, and he's fucking locked right into the guy's head. And then other rounds there may have been an offset, so it'd be a lot harder to detect. I'm sure that's all plenty configurable. Especially some of the games I did were online. Actually, they were ECS games. They were online. But yeah, the second demo was probably the worst that I did, and then the third one, again, some weird shit like the piss around, where he whips around extremely fast, like the fastest fucking 180 I've ever seen in my life, and lands directly on somebody and then whips back facing forward again. Like, what are the fucking chances, you know? Like, I found myself saying that so many times from watching this fucking guy. But yeah, Subroza is easy to talk about, man. Like, he really doesn't do himself any favors. And I feel like, you know, I watched the 3 demos. I feel like if I watch 3 more, it'll be more of the same shit. So the amount of stuff going on in them was just too far above what should be acceptable, I think. Like, saying it's luck that you locked onto someone here, there, or wherever. Okay, like, that does work a little bit, you know, like, it happens every now and then. And I'm not talking about locks where it's a fucking angle that you line up to peek with good crosshair placement. I'm talking like looking straight through a fucking wall, or locking through the smoke when you have no idea where a guy is. Like, just brain dead crosshair placement that ends up being a full lock. Like, you can't tell me that's like good crosshair placement and that's why he locked onto someone. So anyways, I thought he was way above average in terms of shit that should be acceptable to see in a demo, and I'd be pretty comfortable saying that he either is cheating or sometimes cheats, but there's fucking definitely something going on in my opinion. And yeah, hopefully I don't have to revisit Subroza for a while. Maybe if he gets a really sketch demo one day, I'll come back, take another look at add another one to the pile. Or maybe if he, you know, maybe he'll move up to a big team. Like if he joins fucking Cloud9 or something, like that'd be insane. Then maybe I'd look at him more often. But it looks like CLG's gonna, it looks like they're gonna just evaporate. Like their team is total dog shit right now. So We really didn't see much of Subroza this year because of that. So, anyways, guys, I hope you like the 3 demo reviews. Let me know if you like this kind of idea for a series. This is the second 3-part series that I've done now. And yeah, leave a comment. Let me know who you want me to finish off next for the 3 demo reviews, and I'll see if I can get to it. All right, guys, see ya.